Welcome to Forensic Friday,
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all.
I'm gonna have to take that.
Okay. Hello, forensic friends.
Hello.
And Nat.
Nat's not doing great, but we're gonna figure it out today.
No, Nat has a headache, but we're gonna handle it.
Yes, tension headache.
I said, girl, I think I can bust this out in like 15.
We're gonna do it.
I've been waiting on this one. So I read an article, and I think it was actually in Vogue. I'll have to double check. But it was about this concept of man-keeping. And basically what it was talking about is how women have a tendency to manage their men, their social calendars, their work stuff, all of it. And I read this and I thought it was really interesting because I know a couple things. Married men live longer than single men. Married women don't necessarily.
I'd say single women. I've heard single women live longer than married women.
Yes. So it's an interesting kind of thought
Maybe
process.
not live longer. I've heard the statistics say that they're happier. I don't know. Maybe
happier. I think I've heard that too. More content.
Yeah.
So I have so many thoughts, and we work with men, and we have a lot of respect for men.
Yeah.
I think women sometimes talk about this kind of stuff disrespectfully because, they're frustrated or overtaxed or whatever with all the roles. But what do you think about the idea that women tend to manage their man's world more than the man manages the woman's world typically at this point?
I agree with that.
I would say that's true.
And I wouldn't even say, sure, the man's world, but I think it's like the family world.
Yes. It's like the family, like if there was an operations manager for the family, I feel like it is
the wife.
It's typically, in my experience, and among my friends, it's the wife. And I don't know if it's a function of us just having a lot of different roles, especially, COVID. I think women had the most roles. It was wild.
I think in general, now that women have higher levels of education than most men now.
Yeah, women are getting advanced degrees at a higher rate.
That's what I meant. Women are finding themselves in some of the CEO type of positions.
Yes.
And so I think but naturally, I believe we are also wired to manage the home.
Yeah.
And so I think it just, like you're saying, it adds hats to, it adds the amount of hats women wear.
Yes.
And therefore, we try to manage it all.
Well, and when we presented, because I agree with you, when we presented last year on women and female offenders, we talked about genuine brain differences between men and women. Men are a little more compartmentalized. Women are a little more multitasking. More parts of the brain are firing at once. Again, women are not smarter. Every time I say this, men look at me like, what are you saying? It's like, well, I'm saying men and women are equally intelligent. Their brains function different. I think that it's sad when we start thinking about men like in a sitcom kind of way, like they're not capable. Men are very capable. I think that maybe there's a degree of learned helplessness.
Yeah.
As women have taken on more. It's a little bit like, well, do I want to learn the thing? Is she even going to let me learn it?
Oh, yeah, that's probably part of it.
I know my control comes from anxiety.
Same.
So, and most of the women I know who manage a lot of these things, it comes from anxiety.
Yeah.
Don't you think too, though, that men are also helping with things they didn't used to help with as much?
Yes.
Like we both have husbands who cook.
Yep.
It's not babysitting when our husbands are with their children.
Right.
They're being a dad.
Right, exactly.
So I feel like we do need to give men a little bit of credit.
Yes.
To look at man-keeping, we're giving women an awful lot of credit for taking on all of this, which is earned.
Yeah.
I think we deserve that.
Yes.
But I do think that men have also kind of spread their wings and have helped with other things.
Yep. Well, and I think to some degree, it depends on the dynamic. Because I'm sitting here thinking, maybe there are a lot of women, I would say I don't want to say the majority. Again, y'all, I have a tension headache, so bear with me. But I think maybe to some degree, women are just more wired that way, but we've never utilized those skills historically, and now we are utilizing them because we are branching out in different areas in the workforce, all of that. And men, same thing for them. I think it's all like been socialized for men, work and earn the money, and women stay home and take care of the house and kids. And now we're seeing a blend of both. Because I know, like, when Preston gets home and I'm home with Gray all day, I'm like, here's the child.
Here's the child.
Here she is.
We'll tag team dinner.
Yeah, or you do child and dinner, and I go, sit for a minute. I'm kind of kidding. But we'll, like, share roles now.
Absolutely.
I can't imagine how it was before. I can't. So,
no.
This idea of mankeeping, I kind of agree with, but I also think men have shown up in different ways.
Well, and if we think about mankeeping, okay, I want to give it to the ladies because I know they're listening going, you're giving them too much credit. You're not wrong entirely. So I do think that with the learned helplessness comes a little bit of like infantilizing of men because they do it to themselves sometimes in some situations. Men are like, well, I don't do it as well as you, so you should do it. But I do think the shadow side of that. So like if we're annoyed about man keeping, what do you think men are annoyed about?
Being kept.
Being kept?
Yeah.
I this was literally what I thought. And this was not represented in the article at all. Granted, it's Vogue. Men are not reading Vogue.
Right.
Whatever it was. It was a female magazine.
For women.
But when I really think about it, one of the things I hear consistently from men is I can never do it good enough. I'm trying to be helpful, but then somebody comes in and they have their system. You and I are both moms now. I'm always going to have a natural sense of some of those things. Some of that comes more naturally to me. But we also have great partners who partner us very well. And I think as women, one of the best things we can do is affirm our partner. We're going to get better partnering if we affirm our partner.
Right. Instead of you never or you whatever.
And if we control it, if everything has to be exactly the way we want it to be, we're going to have problems.
Right. Well, then we're man keeping and they're letting us.
But then I'm laughing at us because we're a couple professionals and we're sitting here planning our weeks. And I just got a text from Garrett that's like, hey, can we get a meal plan together? We ate out a lot last week. He is correct.
Right.
Also, we're actively having a standoff about the kitchen.
Right. Oh, gosh.
Because I don't like dishes. I don't like to do them. If I do them, I am angry. Garrett doesn't like to see me angry do the dishes. That's not fun for anyone. Stresses the whole house out. I am not going to cook in a dirty kitchen. I just order food. Garrett doesn't even know I ordered it and it's on its way. Right. So even as I'm thinking about how we split these things off, I can approach that situation a couple of different ways. I can look at it and go, okay, yeah, I'll make the meal plan and, whatever. And don't tell me we can't eat out. And I manage this, that, and the other. Or I can listen to him. He's not wrong. Our budget's better when we eat at home. He has to accept influence from me about the house because the disaster that gets created when he cooks or my son gets in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. No.
And the two of them together, it's just wild. Right? But I can partner him and I can say, hey, if you will get the kitchen tidy up, I will cook. Here's what I feel comfortable cooking this week and I can help a little more.
Yeah.
Because we're adjusting our schedules and we're working together.
Right.
So I don't know. I think this is like a really great conversation that a lot of couples need to have. What do you think?
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think our world does a really good job at creating, what's the word I'm trying to find? Not distance, but kind of distance, right? Like polarizing.
Yes.
Like different communities.
Yes.
Spouses, whatever, right?
And stereotyping. We love a good box for somebody to fit in.
Yes. And so I think, what Vogue could have done is said, how do we actually communicate what's going on and empower our partners again and empower our relationships instead of just bitching about it and then saying, go women.
Insisting on doing it.
Right.
And then criticizing a man for needing to do it.
Right.
I get why they're frustrated with
Yes,
that. I really do.
I would be.
And I hear the women too. Also, we're in Colorado. there are no single income households unless you
No.
started out wealthy.
Right.
You inherited your home, whatever. I mean, the houses
Or you
here are
bought the
minimum
houses.
$500,000.
Oh, minimum. Even for a
Minimum.
2-bedroom.
Even if you bought at the bottom of the market and got a low interest rate, you are struggling to do this on one income.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
And so if you're not a top 3%er in Colorado, you have multiple roles,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But I have seen men come a long way since I started working with men in terms of what they do.
Oh, yeah.
And we still have the occasional man who rolls in like, I don't know what she does all day. And then we handle that appropriately, which is not fun for them.
Right.
We make lists of everything that we do that they don't see and all the things, right?
Yeah. I will say.
But I wouldn't say that's the majority, would you? Of the
No.
men who come in here? I wouldn't say that's the
No.
majority, even in a DV program.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's the majority. But I will say, someone who just had a baby, staying home all day, even with a baby, it's hard to get everything done.
Yes.
To totally clean the house. So men, if you're listening, I'm just telling you. And I know, I love equality. I love men. 100%. I love women.
Yes.
Whatever. If you go home and you ask your partner to their face or in your head,
why is the house still a mess? You were home all day with the baby.
Like, kiss my butt.
This is okay. Do you understand better now? Because you've heard me say this for literal years, right? We've been doing DV work together for almost a decade, max almost 10. Okay. You've heard me say this for years. I will look at a group of men and say, I would rather come to work than be home all day with the baby. That doesn't mean I don't love my baby. It just means when I come to work, I can actually take care of me. When I'm home, I don't have that same space and time carved out for myself. It's just different. And so our stay-at-home mamas are putting in work, if they even exist anymore. I don't know any who are just staying home. I really don't. They're doing something. There's a side hustle, there's a something. But even if you are truly a homemaker, you're at home with your children, you are doing 85 jobs. You really are, and it's hard. And when I'm at work, I can pee when I want. I can eat when I want. There's a million things I can do at work that I can't do at home with a baby.
Right.
Right? Or even a toddler.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's just really good for our listeners to think about. Yeah. Because this gets brought up all the time, how women manage men and blah, blah, blah. And it's a thing that women connect over. Yeah. And I think men connect over feeling controlled. Yeah. And not being allowed to be controlling. Right. Because God forbid, right? Which some of our guys do have that problem. Yes. But I wanted to plug the resource Fair Play. It's a book. I forget who the author is. I'm sorry. Y'all have to Google it. It's not coming off the top of my head. It's okay. But I'm looking at the deck of cards in my office. They sell a card deck. Yep. And you can literally take all the household things that apply to you and go through it on a date night with your partner and decide who's going to own that whole thing beginning to end. Yeah. Which speaks to the mental load too. Because I do think women sometimes give tasks. So it's like a honey-do list. But then they're holding the mental load. Yeah. Of all of the whole big to-do list. Yeah. And in couples therapy, I'll say, hey, make a list of what you think their top 3 stresses are right now. And they'll do their list. Oh, that's really good. And then write your top 3. Yeah. And then compare notes. Yeah. And they're almost always out of touch. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. Yep. Oh, that's a good one. And so I've done the Fair Play deck even in session with couples when they're really on different pages. Yeah. And almost every time the woman's deck is 4 times the man's deck. But then when the man tries to take some, and they typically do kindly try to take some, the woman's like, you're not going to think about this, this, and this. Or they'll say, the really savvy women say, okay, how do you even do that? And they don't know. Where's the insurance card? What's the doctor's name? And they don't know. Yeah. But if a man doesn't know what he doesn't know, they're not necessarily going to spontaneously ask you for all of that information. Right. That's not a super realistic expectation. Right. Once they know it, they should be able to take it over. If you married a smart person, I hope you did. Right. You know? So that's just something to kind of noodle on. Yeah, no, that's a good one. It's a good thought. I'm curious for listeners, what are your thoughts on this topic? Yeah. I am not inviting man-hating speech. No, at all. But what I'm inviting is perspective. And what are your thoughts on it? Men and women. Men and women. We'd love to know what you think. And Nat can post. We don't have like links set up yet because we don't know what we're doing. But Look up the Fair Play information and we can post a picture of the book and the
Yeah.
card deck.
Yeah.
And you guys can look it up, but it's a really great resource in your relationships. It's a good date
Perfect.
night.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you're highly stressed. This is not a time to fight. This is a
No.
time to be on the same side.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. I love that.
Awesome. Well, Nat, you did great. You powered through a
I
headache and we got it
appreciate it.
done.
I know. And guess what? We have group.
Now we have group. We're going in a group together to do the Nat and Janine show for the next 3
I
hours.
know. It'll be fun.
It'll be great.
All right. Thank you guys. And as always,
bye, forensic friends. I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.